Hi, Freedom Family. I am glad you're here at underscore freedom for life underscore. And I've got a conversation for you today, but it starts with a question. The question is this: do you know somebody who's a hero in hiding? Hey, as we're getting started today, do me a favor and subscribe. Become a part of the Freedom Family and hit the notification bell so you can be a part of every conversation that we're having. So, do you know somebody who's a hero in hiding? I know a guy, and let me describe him to you. This guy that I know, he was kind of in a family. They weren't really oppressive, but they kind of let him know where his place was. And have you ever known people? And hopefully it isn't you, but if it is, I certainly relate. There, where your family lets you know your place, and unfortunately your place isn't on top. You're not the smartest, you're not the richest, you're not the wisest, you're not the best in school, and for some reason they want to make sure you're aware of that. And then even beyond that, because of kind of where your family's at, they're not the best family, they're not the ones that everybody looks at, they're not the leading family in the neighborhood, right? Even in that, your family you feel like is less than those neighbors, those other people around you. Everybody's got the better cars, everybody's got the better house than you. Well, this guy was in that family and he was in that neighborhood. And beyond that, he was in this place where there were people that were really kind of um, not helping his community out. In fact, he felt like they were stealing from him. The things that they felt like they wanted to have, right? He would have to kind of make sure he holds on to what is his. You know what I'm talking about? Those times where you feel like, that like that kid with the cookie jar where you want to make sure nobody else has it. You have that Halloween candy and you want to make sure it's all yours. I'm not sure if you were that kid. I've certainly raised at least one child who was like that, who it's all mine and you can't have it. And I was probably like that myself, which is why I had a child who was like that as well. So this was that guy who was a hero in hiding but didn't know it. It wasn't anybody in my neighborhood. It wasn't anybody in my life. It actually isn't a story of myself either. It's a story of a guy in the Bible named Gideon, who was a young man who knew his place in his family. And his place was he was the least likely to succeed. He was the guy least likely to be picked captain of whatever team to be on, even right, even the one that was picked for the team when he was in school. He was the one who was the least one who mattered in his own family and in his neighborhood and in his people and in his tribe and in his whole group, which was the Israelites. This guy was doing something, doing his chores as a family member when an angel came and said, "Greetings, mighty man of valor." And I tell you that story because what I know, what Life Mastery and what we give is the tools and the strategies to really take you from hurt to healed, from bound to free, is that everybody I work with at some level, in some way, in some place in their life is a hero in hiding. Not that they're not successful like I was. I had a successful business, but I knew there was more on the inside than I was showing on the outside. Not that they don't have great relationships, but sometimes you're holding back. You only let them in so far. You only do so much, right? You only share so much of who you are because you're a hero in hiding. The truth of the matter is, if you don't know who you are, there's always that hero in hiding, that person on the inside who wants to get out. The challenge is, a lot of times we think that that's just the life we're going to live, right? Gideon was that guy who settled for what he was dealing with, blamed God for it, knew his place of just being the least of the smallest, and in that place felt like that's what he was going to live out until an angel came and spoke the truth over him. The truth in your life is the same. You have this hero in hiding, whether you're successful at business or you're doing the things that you want to do, right? What I know is there's more in you than you're seeing on the outside of you. Unless you're fully walking in your life mastery journey, there's always more to come. It's the fear that you're trying to overcome. It's the belief and the fortitude to try and live out that calling in your life, whether it's starting that business or escalating that business, going for the big contracts versus settling for the small potatoes. It may be that craft, that thing that you want to create, but you really don't know how to do it and you don't know if you're going to succeed, so why even get started? It's that relationship that you want to walk into. It's that marriage that you want to have be amazing when really it's just kind of average. At the end of the day, what it really comes down to is settling for managing your life when you have the ability on the inside of you to master it. And in that place, there's this hero in hiding that I believe you have just like I did, and you want to find that way to get there. I created Life Mastery. As I talked to somebody today, I created it because all of the things I tried to unleash that hero in hiding, let that man come out that I believed I was, all those things were great changes that I had to manage to continue to do. None of them brought the transformation that I wanted. Long story short, I didn't have the course that I could find that would bring transformation, so I created it. And it all came down to this, understanding that there's a hero in hiding that needs to come out. The person you were created to be, not the person that you settled for. I settled for in some places, but the thing I didn't do was give up on that man on the inside. If you have that man or woman on the inside that says there's more than where I'm at is good, or where I'm at is okay, or where I'm at is horrible, but whatever condition it's in, where you are at isn't everything that you're created for. There's the hero on the inside that wants to get on the outside. In that place, you're going to be unleashed into the things that you're called and created for. It's a life mastery journey of you living from who you're created to be at the highest level in every area of your life. If that's the person that you want to be, then this is the place for you. That course, Life Mastery, and even my book, Life Mastery, Living Life by Design, Not by Default, is down in the description. Get started today. Don't let that hero in hiding stay there. Invite him to come out by using the tools and the strategies we have to get you there, and you will have the life that you have dreamed of, a life of life mastery, a life that's amazing. Hey, I'm Mark. I'm glad you're here at _freedom for life _. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Let us know something's resonating with you. In the comments down below, tell me one area of your life where you're actually unleashing that hero in your life, whether it's in your relationship, business, whatever. Share this with somebody that you know needs to let that hero out. And at the end of the day, if you do nothing else, dominate your day.